All right.
Is that everyone?
That's everyone that was in the call. Okay. So.
All right, cool.
It's so quiet.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So. Oh no. See, you know what? Don't do that. Okay. This is a very serious matter.
Hold up. I'm not dressed for the occasion.
Oh, okay. You look the same. You can't. Hold on.
One
They
second.
need perms to sit down. I did not say you may be seated. That's why you could not sit.
It's terrible.
Give me a second. Let me get this sitting thing under control. All right. Rainbow Panda, you try and sit in that chair behind you. That didn't work at all. Now try it.
Oh, there you go. He's a lawyer.
Still won't let you?
We're just going.
What about now? There we go. It was Madways. Okay. Oh, well, he's got a suit on.
Everyone, please take a seat.
Alright. We got to get the chair here. Alright. So, today we have the case of Camden Corp LLC versus Rainbow Panda 762. And this is... See, that's because you left. Okay. This is about the copyright issue between Rainbow Panda and Camden Corp LLC over the cock wash, okay? I'm going to help Madways with this stuff now. But we can get opening statements, I guess.
I told him we could do it after the case.
Do
But-
what after the case?
You can give it to him.
Okay.
We can wait.
So...
Use your words. Are you turning it over to me now, or what's happening?
Hold on. I was checking.
I appear to be the only jury member.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me...
A very fair jury, everyone.
Tell him to join.
Very fair jury.
Chief Justice, you can go ahead and make opening statements about the case.
All right. So first, I would like to hear the accuser's side.
Your Honor, are you referring to me?
Yes, I am referring to CFO of Camden Corp LLC.
That would be me. Why are you inside of me? Please take your seat, sir. All right. Gentlemen of the jury, everyone else assembled here, I have called you here today because this individual has committed a ludicrous crime, has infringed upon the copyright of Camden Corp. She has violated the integrity of our beloved company and slandered the Cockwash brand. If you would refer to this document in my hand, signed by the judge, notarized by the lead supervisor, we have officially filed patent for the Cockwash brand. The name is copyrighted and trademarked and shall not be allowed to be used by any member that is not under supervision by the Camden Corporation. I will now be passing out this document. Your Honor, do you have a copy of this document or shall I give you one?
I did have a copy, but it is in my office. So if you have extra copies, that would be most appreciated.
Feel free to look them over. Afterwards, I will show you evidence of the violation in question. I have photographic proof of the building in question, as well as evidence that Rainbow Panda 762 is indeed the individual who created said structure.
All right, sir, you may take your seat.
Yeah.
Rainbow Panda, I would like to hear your side of the story and
Yeah.
pretty much how you came
Right?
into contact with the Cockwash branding.
Yes, your Camdenness. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you the sad story of how I was wrongly brought to court over a false copyright. Oh, they're sweeter. Cockwash was never branded and never copyrighted before today, Friday, November 27th, 2020. And if Ping, this member or the server owner, would like to, verify from this book when it was written, I'm sure he could prove that this copyright was never filed until today. Completely, how do I want to say, throwing your case out of the window. Your Camdenness.
I'm sorry to interrupt the both of you, but do you have your lawyer or defendant either sides? Well, I would like to know where your defendants
I
are.
am my own lawyer.
All
I
right,
was
that
never
works.
appointed one.
And all right, if you need one, we can take a moment for you to get one. But if not, we shall go on to evidence.
Please, God, get me one.
All right.
You asked for this. All
Oh
right,
no.
All right.
who's up for this?
Your Honor, I would like to object to her previous claim.
State your
Go
objection.
right ahead. Go
It
stand
is
down
approved.
right next to them. Sam.
If you would refer to the document, you would see that Camden Corporation has full ownership over the Cockwash branding. The date is irrelevant. It was not signed today, but it doesn't really matter anyways because the court has approved Camden Corporation as the sole owner of the Cockwash brand and therefore owns complete rights to its usage.
You may sit back down. Now, on to evidence. Rainbow Panda, I would like you to present your defense and your evidence in your case of being innocent.
I will pull that up momentarily. Let me just go over to the
Yes,
presentation
please.
board.
Yes, please do. Officer Dude will be monitoring you. Please do not try to pull anything.
I won't. I'm just pulling up my PowerPoint now.
Do not run to that easily placed door right there.
I will not. Now let me just pull up.
Our contractor,
Share my
Ping,
screen.
did not make a good decision with that door.
I've also noticed there's no stairs outside the back door.
Objection. I did not build.
Order,
this
order.
Oh.
Now, if you all would focus your attention to my live stream.
I would like to ask
Shares.
Ping to have Susan file the screenshots to me, as I cannot participate in streams.
Oh, you can't?
Internet.
I'll get Susan.
Ah.
Yeah.
As soon as it shows that it's working. Alrighty. Oh, alrighty. As soon as everybody can see the presentation, I will begin.
Because we are missing a audience member.
Alrighty.
I guess this will be our first break. Jerry, I guess go get snacks or whatever you need. Audience, you can go get snacks too. Yeah, you can go get snacks. Go.
Snacks in the lobby.
Yeah. We got a little pint cups of Sunny D out there.
All right, so now, okay, so Susan's on her transcript. She'll get you everything. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Susan, and thank you, Ping.
All right, we may continue. But let's go back.
All right, everyone, back to the courtroom.
Would you care for some bread, Your Honor?
I would like a nice little crumbly piece of bread. All right. We may continue with the session.
Alrighty, thank you, Your Camdenness.
Please refer to me as Chief Justice.
Okay, Chief Justice. Alrighty, now if you will look at my presentation, I will explain to you why I was wrongly done. Objection! My source down here. Copyright infringement and fair use is a very big problem today in the United States and everywhere else. Copyright infringement is when somebody takes your work and tries to produce it as their own. Fair use is a gray area underneath copyright infringement, which you can use something to a certain extent without it being copyright infringement. For me, using the term cockwash as a car wash was not infringement on copyright of the cockwash brand because it was a parody of. If it is a parody of and not infringing on the nature of the cockwash or hurting the name of it, then it is under, as Oxford likes to define it, it is under fair use. My point one, you never copyrighted cockwash before today. There was no official paperwork stating that you had copyrighting it. There's no proof until this court case that there was copyright. Therefore, it is completely fair. If somebody uses something before the copyright is filed, then it is under fair use until something is worked out between the two parties. You can't sue an old person, and I'm older than you. So, yeah. You see this? This is you. You're capping because I didn't do anything wrong.
Rainbow Panda, I have two things to state on your on your evidence so far. One, elderly people can be sued, as elderly people have committed many crimes before. They can be sued and they can be held at the most highest extent of law. 5 weeks ago, I put a 90-year-old woman in prison for life.
She deserved it too.
Yeah, thank you. But with Cockwash brand, I noticed that you said you were using a parody. Have you made any money, or are you using it for its exact same use?
The cockwash, I have not made any money of it. It is still under construction. I am not charging anybody to use it. It is for anybody to come out and just wash their cock. Just
But you
fully
also
free.
said it was a car wash.
Yes. I mean,
now tell me, what made
the
you
size
use
matters.
the Cockwash name?
What made me use the cockwash name? Somebody thought it was funny after seeing it in Salmart and suggested I put it suggested I named it after it, and I thought it was funny.
I also do have another thing to state off parody laws. Parodies are not legally allowed to use the full exact name. That's why songs such as Weird Al Yankovic has made, they change the name. Or business brands that make companies like mocking Starbucks, they change the name because they can get in legal trouble for using the exact brand name.
I understand, but before this court date, you had not filed a official copyright with the server. There was not known about it until today.
In past court cases following America and their laws, companies have filed copyrights, and those companies that were using such terms or patents have gotten in legal trouble and have been held at the exempt of law or have lost money thanks to, well, financial compensation because it was a patent or a copyright idea that was preempted on a certain date. So say Cockwash made their company or their idea back in 1994. They had that idea and they filed it for a copyright. Yes, you may have used it before then, but if the government approved of their thing, you can still be held at law, or they can request you to stop using the name. They might not be able to destroy it or hold you accountable for money, but they can request you to stop using their name.
I know
Yes.
that with many cases of copyright that... Sorry, I'm starting to lag because I stopped streaming. I know in many cases of using copyright, first use is a very big part of whether or not you can or cannot be guilty. Is there any proof of you and your company using Cockwash prior to today that you can prove?
All right. Defend.
Your
Yes, you may speak. Rainbow,
before I
you may
present
sit down to let him take the stand.
Before I present to you my evidence, I would like to interject.
It is allowed.
The defendant previously mentioned that I was capping, so to speak. Now, Your Honor, I may get closer if you like.
You can get closer.
Do you
but
see a
not-
cap on my head?
You do not have any cap. You have green.
Now, Your Honor, do you see what the defendant is wearing?
They're wearing a large cap.
Quite an astute observation to be made, to be sure. The defendant claims to be under the fair use law, but if I may present to you the facility in question.
I would like to see the facility in question, yes. Thank you for rotating the image.
Can you see that?
I see they're completely using the cockwash name.
You would agree that that is the exact name as listed in our copyright registration?
Yes, I would say that is of your brand and of your title of the cockwash company.
And in terms of fair use, I would argue that this facility does not operate under fair use, for it is obviously a public establishment similar to the original use of the cockwash, yet has completely changed and degraded the original purpose.
All right, well, what would be your evidence of degradation?
Your Honor, if you would look at the facility in question, you would see that it has big spinning thingies, and I cannot imagine that that would
Yes, that
be
does
very-
look like it could be potentially lethal or harming to the male genitalia.
or female.
Yes, or female. We do not judge. We do not judge who wants to get their cock washed.
Now,
We are a clean
I
society.
view this as a blatant misrepresentation of our family brand. We have created the cockwash name in order to provide sanitation and health across the community, and they are simply using it as a means to further their own interests. If you would notice, as in the documents, the cockwash brand was created as a public facility. The Camden Corporation does not make any financial gain. The Camden Corporation does not need to make financial gain. As you can see, my suit is Italian leather. I do not need the money from cockwash, but it's not simply cockwash at stake here. If Camden Corporation cannot defend its own intellectual property, then what can we truly own? What say you of normal property? What right do we have as a business? Despite bringing sanitation to the common people of planet Danet, we are being mimicked by outside individuals, and as a representative of our amazing corporation, I cannot allow that to happen.
It seems you're very prideful of this cockwash.
Yes,
Tell
it is
me,
my pride and joy.
how has cockwash played a role in your life, good sir?
Sir, it is the very reason I'm still alive today.
That is some strong stuff there.
Now, you previously asked me to provide evidence that we have used cockwash.
Yes. I would also,
Brandon?
if I'm not sure if you have it, but if you do, I would like to know the date of the first established cockwash.
Yes. For this purpose, I would like to call Ping Crimson to the stand
Ping, you may take the stand.
because as a third party, he will be able to verify the exact time and placement of that facility in Salmar.
All right. Also, sorry to interject, but wasn't there a cockwash placed in the early park during the beta stages?
Yes, that has since been removed due to city construction and has been replaced with a new one. This was well before the reopening of the server.
Ah. Because I remember using that cockwash.
Yes, it was our prototype.
All right, you may now speak, Mr. Ping.
If I could request about a minute recess so I can go double check that claim, if that would be okay.
All right, everyone recess. Recess, go get snacks.
Thank you very much.
There's more Sunny D in the back.
More bread.
And more bread.
Who wants bread?
We will take smoke down the back. Yeah. What you need?
Lead supervisor Donk said he got a package for you in the mail.
All right. I'll go upstairs. Hey, come here. What's up? It's that good shit.
All right, Chief Justice, I believe I'm ready. Whenever you want to go back.
All right, everyone, please make your way back to the courtroom. I was going to say you may now be seated, but everyone's already seated. All right. Ping, said. No, all right. Thank you for getting the doors, Ping. All right,
Okay,
Ping.
Your Honor, I'm ready.
All right, you may present.
Okay, so I was requested to verify the claim that this cockwash was created long before the defendant's copy cockwash was created. So I'm now going to present that. Is that okay?
Yes, that is perfectly fine.
Thank you very much. Here you go.
I appreciate that.
This takes a little bit of prefacing. So on this server, we have the ability to look up the data from blocks to see who's messed with them, who's opened them, who's done what. So now this ability is called Core Protect, which I have included as much as I could without revealing information that would be at risk of national security. We wouldn't want that. So I'll present what I have, which is this line inside of the plugin, which I went to the cockwash, and to verify, I even included the coordinates of the block. The 627.62 hours ago is approximately 28 days ago, or 26 days ago, sorry. And the server did open 27 days ago on November 1st. However, the 26 days ago is when it was created. It was created after, because we did some renovating to the female dude's restroom. So if you want to take a look at that, that's my evidence on that. But what was interesting, and if you will allow me to present some relative but not exactly on point evidence.
It is allowed.
Okay, thank you very much. I have some more here that's quite interesting. It's Rainbow Panda 762 52 hours ago removing the soap from the cockwash. So in other words, she's tampering.
Theft of Camden Court property.
Yeah, well, she's attempting to tarnish or tamper with Camden Court property. However, with that being said, I did check the copyright registration that was sent to me, and it did state that you may not tamper. So that's all the evidence I have to support.
Your Honor, if I may interject.
You may.
What this evidence seems to me, it makes it abundantly clear that Rainbow Panda has been in contact with the Cockwash brand. There is no reason to believe that she is unaware. And thus, I feel it is beyond a reasonable doubt that her facility is an infringement on the Cockwash brand.
This is very tempting evidence. As well, I would also like to bring up the chance of potential criminal charges, because under the protection of the Camden Court Cockwash, it would be a crime to tamper with such devices, correct?
According to the registration, that would be correct.
So, Rainbow Panda, what is your evidence in your defense of tampering with the cockwash machine? Because that is what we are on to as of now. You may stand and come to the stands.
Perhaps you'd have your lawyer speak instead?
But would you like to let your lawyer speak for you in your defense of tampering?
Your Honor, if I can say something, am I allowed to retake my seat if there's no
Yeah.
further questioning for me?
You may speak, and yes, you may also take your seat as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'll take my seat then.
All right. So are either of you two going to come up to the stand and defend on tampering with that? Yeah, Ping, if you would unmute him, please.
I've unmuted him.
Ah.
Hello, yes. So on my client's behalf, I would like to say that while yes, the clay ball was removed, that was simply a clay ball, an imposter soap.
Even if it was an imposter soap, that is still Camden Corp intellectual property inside their machine. So tell me, if you go to Walmart and you start stealing their soaps out of their soap dispensers, you would get in legal trouble for that. Why would not the same apply here?
Your Honor,
Truthfully, would you get in legal trouble for taking soap out of the Walmart bathroom? For the soap
Yes.
in the Walmart bathroom is the property of the people who use the bathroom. You wouldn't get in legal trouble for washing your hands and having the soap level go down, would you?
No, but that is using the soap properly, ripping open the machine and taking the soap outside of it and running away with the entire packet of soap would get you in very legal trouble.
Your Honor, if I may intervene.
You may intervene.
The defendant's lawyer is clearly backpedaling.
The defendant's lawyer is clearly backpedaling because I just got here and I don't know what's going on entirely. So, Your Honor, if you would in fact inform me, please.
What would you like to be informed on, sir? Also, please do not interrupt someone who has been approved to speak.
I apologize.
Your Honor, am I allowed to do a brief summary of what has happened so far?
Yes, you are allowed, because I do not want to speak for that much.
Okay, so at the start of this trial, there was, we did opening statements, everybody gave their claim, and we had a picture, which I don't currently have, of the cock wash in question.
If you could please put that back up, sir. If you please put the cock wash.
If you would go put that up for me, just right next to that stuff. All right, so this was the picture in question of the defendant's building. After this was posted, we gave Rainbow Panda 762 the ability to defend themselves, and they presented us with a PowerPoint on their defense, which summarized that elderly people cannot be sued, or people older than you can't be sued by you, sorry. That the defendant is in fact wearing a cap, or not the defendant, sorry, the prosecution is wearing a cap, and that, what was the other stuff? I have the transcripts from Susan here, the official transcripts that I can read off of. There was an objection, a bunch of stuff about copyright infringement, and fair use, the fine line between them in the gray area in the law. And they also pointed out that cockwash was never copyrighted. And then they ended with get wrecked. So that was that presentation. And then I believe the defendant's representative was here for the evidence I displayed, and I was called to the stand by the prosecution. I believe that is all that's happened so far, if I am correct. You're up.
I see.
Your Honor, if I may continue my previous point.
You may continue.
As previously stated, it has been claimed that that clay ball in question is an imposter soap. Considering that the data shows that this clay ball was removed, wouldn't that imply that there was access into the inside of the machine, or that somebody must have placed the imposter soap inside of the machine? I can assure you that on behalf of Camden Corporation, we only provide the highest quality soap, and to assume that our soap is imposter would mean that something very ominous is afoot.
Your Honor, if I may.
You may.
I would like to speak on a personal matter of using the cockwash station in the female dude's room.
Sir, are you a female dude?
Yes.
Okay. You may continue.
Well, I went and I used the bathroom in the female dude's room, and like any respectable female dude, I began to wash my cock afterwards and left the bathroom. Getting back home to my base, I found that I had become extremely ill. Now, can you explain why?
Do you have any evidence of that, such as hospital records, photos, anything like that?
I don't believe photos would be appropriate to share in courtroom space.
Well, it all depends on the illness you were suffering from, good sir.
Exactly. See, we have members of the courthouse who are below the legal age to see a female dude's cock.
That is fair.
So to say-
That was not what I was specifying. I was saying photos of you being in said hospital.
Photos in said hospital?
Yes.
I apologize, but does the Camden Corporation offer a hospital for us to receive care for cock-related illnesses?
I do not suppose we do, but hospitals are not in mandation of Camden Corp. That is the government.
And who happens to be the government of this fine world?
He's sitting back there.
Yeah.
Who's sitting right there?
Blame Ping. Blame Ping for not having a hospital.
Let's see. We did. Back
Well,
in
I
the
apologize.
days.
I cannot provide medical records for the government of this server had not provided a hospital for me to gain medical records at. Therefore, I'm going to have to ask that you trust my claims of cock-related illness after using the female dude's cockwash in the bathroom, to which would justify removal of a possible infectious soap.
Even if it was infectious, sir, that is still theft and a major crime. Just because you walked into a store and you bought chicken doesn't mean you can get rid of all their chicken for it making you sick. You would have to file a complaint and hope that they remove it themselves.
Interesting, but if I may ask, what is the soap made out of?
I would not know. That is up to him. I am a retired member from Camden Corp.
May I answer on that, Your Honor?
Excuse me, your prosecution, if I may. What does the soap in the Camden in the Salmart female dude's bathroom cockwash happen to be made out of?
The formula for creating the soap in question is strictly confidential. I cannot disclose that to you to endanger the assets of my company. However, I can assure you that our soap has been approved by the Camden Federal Drug Administration for public use when used in the proper context. One
I
would
may.
assume that you may.
You may.
The Camden Federal Drug Administration, associated with
Yes.
the aforementioned Camden Corp producing the soap.
No relation.
I'm sorry, no relation.
Yes.
I apologize, but seeing as there is only one Camden entity,
That is false, good sir.
only one
Sir,
main Camden entity.
Also false.
Decide who's the main one.
I would like to ask, seeing as the surplus in Camdens around Spawn lately, I would like to ask if the soap is a byproduct of the production of these Camdens.
The soap is simply to be used at officially branded cockwash facilities. We
Mm-hmm.
have no involvement in the spread of such entities. They are naturally occurring and have no ties to my great corporation.
Mm-hmm.
I represent.
Now, if we could talk about the cockwash building in my country of China.
Yes,
So you're saying that this infringes upon copyright, correct?
correct.
Now, are you able to file a cease and desist on a private, non-public building made for private use?
Sorry to interject here. Rainbow Panda actually did say it was a public building for public use, non-profit.
All right. Privately made, non-profit building.
You can actually send a cease and desist if they are using the company name. And as they're using the brand branch's company name.
Interesting, but it's a very simple name. Can you really copyright a small 2-word, 8-letter name?
Yes, Moe's is
Well,
copyrighted.
I clearly did.
These
I
are
have
two
the files right
dictionary
here.
words.
Moe's is copyrighted, and that is a 3-letter name.
Moe's is copyrighted, and it is also a wide, outstanding franchise.
So you're saying Cockwash is not an outstanding franchise, sir?
I'm sorry, but how many installations do we have along the spawn of this server?
We currently have one cockwash facility installed in the female dude's restroom at Soundmark.
And how, if you would, could this be considered an outstanding franchise if there's only one installation of it?
Sorry to interject again, but copyrights do not follow laws of success. Someone can make a patent or a copyright on something, and you can have no money, no nothing to your name, and then they can still be executed to the fullest extent of law.
I don't believe that we've tried passing it off as a Camden Corp official cockwash, nor have we tried filing our own patent for our named thing.
And yet you are using the exact terminology as registered by Camden Corporation.
Yes, because it is a machine with a simple use to wash your cock.
Why not call it penis wash or something instead of using the exact
Why
copyright?
would you use such an egregious term?
Sir, I
Perhaps-
do not believe that is an egregious term. That is
Perhaps,
terminology, scientific.
if I may,
That's sorry.
perhaps you could. I apologize.
You make it.
Perhaps you could use a different name simply because the original one has already been taken.
You may
Oh.
speak.
All right. So using an original name, that would require a complete remake of the building, enough to sustain a name that long across the top.
Sorry to interject, but there is another 4-letter word. It is more vulgar, but there is another 4-letter word.
Why? That would be
Even 5-letter words.
Yes.
simply too confusing. For what if a man named Richard appears upon it and decides that it's for him if we changed it to another 4-letter word?
So you're saying Richards cannot get their cocks washed?
No, I'm saying that our private machine requires permission to be used.
But as Rainbow Panda said, it was a public use machine. Your defendant has clearly stated multiple times it was for public use.
Public use buildings can also have private ownership. And
Yes, they can, but you said they must have approval.
yes,
Then if it was approval, then it is not a public building.
they're requiring no payment. All they're requiring is permission from said owners who live next to the cockwash to be able to use it.
Your Honor, may I remind you that the original cockwash is also non-profit, yet
And-
requires no permission.
Also, sorry to interject again. With the current statements from Rainbow Panda, as I stated earlier, if you are using this as a profit, and clearly stating off of what she just said, we need approval from him to make money. Lumen Uu need approval from him to make money. If you are making money from it, then it is not a parody, or it is not a public free fair use, which would mean it is profiting and then thereby infringing on the Camden copyright.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat a summary of your statement just now?
As I was saying, Rainbow Panda just said you were making money off this cockwash, off the approvals. As stated earlier, that building,
Oh, well, that's simply incorrect.
it seems your defendant might have said some falsification of information.
My defendant also was probably speaking out of panic, being forced in front of a court. But if I could say, the building has not even begun. The building has not even been finished.
What? I'm sorry to say this, sir, but finishing a building is irrelevant to the current thing at hand, the current case.
The building is not finished, therefore it is not in use. Therefore, there have been no chances for me or any affiliated party to profit off of it.
That is fair.
And how would we make a profit off of the name Cockwash if it is not finished construction?
Your Honor, if I may,
You may.
would the construction of said facility not imply that they are seeking profit? Just because it is finished, I believe the building itself shows proper intent to make profit off of our legal branding.
Have we shown prior information that we are seeking a profit, nor have we shown prior knowledge that the building is being built for profit?
And have you registered a corporation to run said facility?
Absolutely not. It is being run by the people of the Chinese country.
So how can you publicize a facility? Are you the government of China?
That is correct.
So you have given yourself authority to use international or to violate international branding laws in order to create a
Now, I never said
facility that will replicate ours?
I never said that I had given myself authority to I apologize. The word is slipping my mind. To
Take your time.
avoid copyright law and to use the name. But being a non-profit building ran by the people, not for profit, but just out of the goodness of our hearts, why would this facility be in construction?
It is very obvious that you are trying to use this facility instead of the normal cockwash facility. If you had approached Camden Corporation and asked for a greater globalization of said features, we would have been happy to comply and provide more facilities if the people require it. Instead, the defendant has decided to take it upon themselves to create an imitation of our product and branding and pass it off as their own.
I apologize, but Camden Corp facilities are simply too expensive. We wouldn't have the money to build these facilities all around the world. But we do have the money to build our own privately.
So why the need to use the branding of our corporation?
It is simply a name and nothing more.
A registered name through the government.
A registered name through the government?
Yes. I have the copyright registration, if you have not read it.
And how come many members of the government, Ping Crimson included, have been over to the country of China, seen the cockwash, and not yet filed a cease and desist for it until this day?
We have been preparing our legal defense ever since the cockwash has first been spotted. The imitation cockwash, that is.
I apologize, but I believe it would have been more appropriate if you had filed one as it was spotted and prepared your legal defense preparing for the case.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that you were simply delaying because you realized that you could profit or get some sort of advantage using a court case
Your Honor,
Yes.
if you would agree that I am already wearing an Italian leather suit,
You
I do
obviously
not
are wearing
seek-
an Italian leather suit.
I do not seek to make profit off of this venture. I have enough money.
Canman Corp is massively known for its nonprofit outreach programs.
I am not seeking to earn money or damages from this fiasco. I am simply seeking to further the name of Cockwash on Camden Corp's own terms, because we cannot stand for these senseless imitations that are not affiliated with our corporation.
If I may,
You may.
why would it not have been easier to personally come over to the country of China and just respectfully ask us to change the name instead of going full on court case?
Is this not respectful? Have I been disrespectful to you?
I'm not saying it's necessarily disrespectful. I mean, it would have been nice if you had first come over and just respectfully told us, hey, this infringes upon copyright. Would you please change it? Instead of, at first, bringing us to court.
Your Honor, if I may,
You may.
would you not agree that it is a lot more fun this way? Serious
Your Honor,
question.
Can I interject here? I know I'm
You
not
can
in
interject.
order, but can I? Okay, thank you. Yes, it is way more fun. That is all, Your Honor.
All right. Does anyone have anything else to say? Also, you may take your seat.
Actually, if I may, one more.
All right, you may.
Is funny. Is fun and entertainment an excuse to force a court trial?
Yes.
Yes.
Is fun entertainment a valid excuse to infringe upon the rights of a registered corporation?
This isn't for fun and entertainment. This is a practical use machine.
For the public?
For the public.
Yes.
Yes.
Your Honor, if I might have some closing remarks.
You may have some closing remarks, sir. So you may take your seat unless you have anything more to say.
I will say that is a fine Italian leather coat.
I
All
appreciate
my
that.
time in Italy, I've never seen any cows, but I did see plenty of bunnies.
Yes. Your Honor, over the course of this trial, we have seen time and time again that they are simply imitating our established brand. They try to serve no distinct purpose. Their facilities are simply not as professional as ours and offer a service that is not up to the standard that our corporation holds itself up to. And we take it very personally that they have allowed themselves to infringe upon our rights. And I would immediately request that they seek rebranding, or I humbly request your authority to remove the building in question.
Is that all?
Also, if I may I call myself to the stand?
You may call yourself to the stand.
That will be
You may
all.
be seated. All right. I have plenty to think about, and we have plenty of snacks still in the lounge. You may all take recess.
Sir,
Jury, you
I'd
may
like
have
to
time to
interject.
deliberate.
I'd like to interject. The defense does need to give their closing remarks before the.
Oh, yes. Defense, please give your closing remarks. Sorry. I got a little bit ahead of myself.
Nope.
There was a lot of turns and a lot of words said.
Mhm.
Okay,
I
if I may
You
take the
may
stand.
give your closing statement.
I accept the terms of rebranding the building instead of having it fully demolished, but I do believe that could have been easier ways to go about this case. I believe that's it.
All right, you may take your seat. Jury, you may take your liberation. And everyone else, you may be dismissed.
While the jury deliberates, everyone can go do what they want. I'm going to overlook the jury deliberation. They will deliberate with the Chief Justice so that he can make his final.
We shall all meet up in my office.
Yeah, so take your recess. We'll tell you all when in a couple minutes. All right, thank you.
I shall bring my bodyguard with me, and no one is allowed upstairs besides the jury.
Excuse me, booty grabbing ninja.
Hello.
I was just wondering, what was that odd substance I saw you sharing with the judge outside the back door? And
that is a matter of confidentiality.
I'm sorry, but I believe bribing the judge is against the law.
I can assure you that there was no bribery.
Interesting.
I don't believe so. What happened to be the substance? I do remember hearing the claim. This is the good stuff. I'm sorry. If it was nothing awful, I'm sure you wouldn't mind sharing with the lawyer of the defendant some of, and I quote, the good stuff.
Would you perhaps like to have a taste of the substance given to me in question?
I would.
I must, out of respect, ask that you take a simple sip and waterfall, if you please.
I shall. Interesting.
Is this to your liking?
I believe so.
The fuck is going on? I went AFK to play Genshin and I come back to this.
Interesting.
I was sitting here and I heard that too.
Jazz, you are
I would like.
deafening.
I would like. Yeah, you actually are super freaking loud. My
If we're
ears.
not
Oh,
allowed
I'm
upstairs,
sorry.
Why is the accused upstairs? Or the
Oh,
the
we're not-
accuser upstairs?
We're not allowed upstairs.
Interesting.
I assure you, I'm simply striking up a conversation with my good friend, lead supervisor Dong.
Am I a little less loud now?
No.
Mr.
Oh.
Not at all.
Rather than saying
Don't-
stay
I'll
downstairs.
whisper then. I'll whisper.
Unless you are going upstairs to, and I quote, share the good stuff.
Excuse me? I want to share the good stuff. I want some of the good stuff.
Whether or
Share.
not Detective Dong has
Interesting.
come into
Tyler,
possession
Tyler,
of
if you could,
quote-unquote
Tyler, if you
good
could, please.
Yes, I will. Do we need to move to a private voice chat?
No, don't worry about it. It's just
I
come
see.
to me.
I see.
Come to me.
Hey!
I see. We have much to discuss.
Very much.
Thank you. Can I have some of that good stuff though?
You may have a sip. And please waterfall.
Okay.
Ooh, I do be lagging.
Shit, dog, what's going on? What'd you give me?
Why did you drink it all? You're not supposed to drink it all at once. Why are you interfering with
Teabagging donkey.
Tom's important work?
Dark
He's a
Camden.
professional man. Might I please ask that you leave this man to his work? He's trying to provide for his kids, and he can't get someone working on his.
I think we've seen enough.
Dang,
He is
dang.
providing for his
I believe
kids.
so. I do believe we've seen enough here. Are we going on?
I can't believe we're actually doing this.
Are we going on to my trial next, or should we go on, or should I?
I'm now
present?
going to mute everybody again.
Do we have to return to the courtroom?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
All right. The jury has decided that they cannot come to a unanimous decision, so I'm going to call everybody back to the courtroom for a little bit more of a trial, I guess. They want to ask people more questions. Chief Justice Cam Swin will be delivering those any moment now.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Nah.
All right, so whatever questions you guys needed to ask, come down to the courthouse and we'll continue the trial from here.
Yep.
And remember, with the evidence given, that was not enough to reach a unanimous decision, so some more powerful evidence or anything to convince the jury's mind will be needed. So, go all out. All right, Chief Justice, you're up.
All right. So, first off, defendants. You're looking finely dressed, but I would like to simply ask, when was around the time that you first started building your cockwash?
Which one are you asking?
The defendants,
That
you.
would be us. That would be us.
Well, if Ping would very generously check the block placement, I'm sure he could tell you the exact timing. But it was over 2 weeks ago.
I cannot answer questions unless I'm called to the stand.
Ping,
please
can I call you to
come
the stand?
No, I have to. Ping, please come to the stand.
All right, what we'll do. Hey.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. So why am I here?
Rainbow Panda, please tell him why he's here.
Ping, if you may, can we call another recess for you to go and do block history until the very exact time that the last block or the first block was placed on the cockwash up in China?
I can go collect that information. However, I don't think it would be appropriate to call a recess. I feel you guys can still fight your case while I collect that evidence so that we don't waste any more time. But I will go collect that. All right.
That is a fair
Am I
point.
free to go, Chief Justice? Can I?
You are free to go.
All right. You guys can continue. I'm going to go collect that information. And the information you wanted was when you first started building it?
Yes, please.
All right. Gotcha.
Chief Justice may be seated. while
Yeah,
he
you
goes
may
to
be
collect
seated.
that evidence.
Sorry, it's something in my throat. I'm just reading through the questions.
Your Honor, if I may come to the stand and present a piece of important evidence that I've
First, sorry to interject on that, but first I would like to call Bryson to the stand to speak his mind.
Yes. I did have a question for Mr. Gabe. When
Who
When
is that?
was the copyright? There's no date inside of the copyright book that I've been provided. Can I be provided a date as to when the cockwash was copyrighted, so to speak?
Now, as previously established, the date of the copyright has not been recorded, but it has been officially signed into effect. It has been signed by Judge Campson himself, as he would agree. It has been notarized, approved by myself and our second majority shareholder. So we are in possession of this intellectual property, and it is an infringement because it clearly belongs to us, the brand.
Your Honor,
If I may object.
Which one of you would wish to object?
I wish to object.
All right, please come forth. And Bryson, you may be seated.
All right, thank you. I've heard all I need to hear.
All right, Your Honor, I happen to have an issue with the prosecution statement. So he noted that there is no assigned date to the copyright. Correct?
Yes, he did state that.
Is it legally sound to let an undated copyright overrule this entire court case? I don't believe an undated copyright would be valid to use as evidence. I believe it should be counted as void.
Well, generally for published works and simply copyrighted material, the date isn't necessarily required. It is known as a use of notice. But as long as the identifier of the owners and the year of first publication of the copyright, which is its first year, which I'm not sure if it has its first year publication on there.
Your Honor, I would not have had a chance to write it before 2020.
All right. Then, as it would currently stand, the name itself would be protected, but our intellectual property would not be.
All right. Your Honor, still, without a copyright date, there's no set way to know whether or not the China-owned cockwash facility was made before the copyright was put in place. And with no date, they have no evidence against it.
That is fair. That is fair. Is that all?
Well, with no date means no evidence of infringement. Would that be correct, Your Honor?
Yes, that would be correct.
I believe that is all for now.
Your Honor, if
Yes.
I may intervene,
You may intervene.
would you not agree that this copyright has been officially notarized and approved by yourself?
It has. I do have automatic computer filing on my laptop, which I could check.
Would it not stand to reason that the copyright law should be in effect, considering it has been signed and approved? And considering the fact that the evidence will show that our cockwash facility was created before their imitation facility, it could be assumed that this cockwash is an infringement on our copyright.
I would like to agree with you, but we will have to wait for confirmation from Ping on the placing dates. Because even though it is most likely that our cockwash was there first, it would be legally irresponsible to not have that information.
Your Honor, if I may state something.
You may.
The prosecution continues to provide evidence stating that their facility had been built on assumption prior to the China-owned cockwash facility, correct?
Yes.
But we have already ruled that this evidence cannot be held as true with no date on the copyright.
The copyright date has nothing to do with it being built, my good sir.
Yes.
That's
but
why
if
we
ours
are grabbing the
built-
block placing dates.
Had ours been built before any copyright had been set on the name, would it really be just to bring us to court over this instead of sending first a letter stating that there was a copyright on the name already?
That is so incredibly boring.
Your Honor.
That's quite
No,
good.
yes, you may speak, Ping.
Okay.
I did not notice you.
After I went and collected the evidence the same way as I did. Oh, I did with the this original evidence I gathered. Can I display that now, Your Honor?
Yes, you may display it on the top.
All right. So this is a rather big one because there's a lot of information. So this states that these are the white. You can see white wall banners. This is the C in Cockwash. It was placed at the coordinates you can see right there. And again, we can prove this even more, but those are the correct coordinates. Again, Core Protect, the name of the application we use to check this stuff. And this was 409 hours ago. So quite a long time after the original Cockwash was built, but also quite a long time ago from now. And I will add, if this is allowed, I'd like to make a remark on the date of the copyright.
You know.
I was asked to sign off on this copyright more than 24 hours ago. It was sometime either yesterday or the day before. And that is all, Your Honor.
You may be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I feel me and the jury should go into a second liberation.
If I may, one more thing.
Yes, you may.
So we have the date of the placement of the dispenser, but not the date of the placement of the sign that named it the Cockwash.
Sir, the sign was placed with the machine on the exact date.
I may add that Camden Corporation has the quickest installation of any corporation you will see across planet danet. It cannot be more than mere seconds after the original placement of the dispenser, because the Cockwash brand had already begun to be established at that time.
Interesting. But you said that he had signed off, Ping had signed off on the copyright within 24 hours, as of right now, within 24 hours of this moment.
Yes.
Your Honor, that is false.
I'm sorry.
I said it has been over 24 hours.
It has been over 24 hours.
Yes,
All
it
right.
has been over 24 hours.
But not longer than 48 hours, correct?
I believe that to be correct.
Wait. How
Okay.
Not longer than 24 hours?
Longer than
Longer than
24 hours,
24,
but not longer than 48.
Okay.
So we can see that the white wall banner of the C in the Cockwash was placed 409.5 hours ago.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I do believe that 409 hours ago is far longer than 24 to 48 hours ago. And therefore, I do not believe that our name is necessarily an infringement of a copyright, as it was not established on the date that we had built our facility.
That is fair.
Your Honor,
Yes, you may.
must I remind the defense that the copyright registration has been officially approved by the judge himself, has been notarized by lead supervisor Donk, and has therefore gone into effect. Now that I feel I have provided sufficient evidence to the court that their Cockwash is a mere imitation of our glorious facilities, I believe it is without a doubt that it is an imitation, mimicry even, of our beloved brand and is an infringement on our legally acquired copyright rights.
Your Honor, if I may again.
You may.
You can talk about the date it was approved all you want, but as long as the date it was approved is any time after we had built it, then you seemingly can't send a cease and desist letter on something previously in the works. You can request us to change the name, but a cease and desist is not applicable.
And yet you said it was not finished, did you not?
That is correct. But the name of it had been set in stone 409 hours ago.
Assuming
Sir,
That's correct.
as copyright stands, even with something existing before a name, names can be copyrighted and used fairly in only certain stances, such as parody laws and things like that. And also, I'm sorry, I've been up over 43 hours now. So take some time with me. But as the copyright law works, as this name has been approved by our court, as it stands with this case, we may not be able to ask you to destroy your facility or charge you money for it, but we could legally ask you to change your name. As it legally stands, that is completely in the right of Camden Corp LLC to ask you to change your name.
And Your Honor, that is correct. That is something that I've been stating and restating.
Yes.
So I believe that we're in agreement that demolition of the building, as well as disciplinary legal matters, are inappropriate.
as I have previously mentioned, I am not representing our company. We are not seeking damages or any sort of payment in exchange for this fiasco. But all I simply ask is that the name be removed, changed from your imitation cockwash to something that is not copyrighted. And if you ever wish to perhaps work with the Camden Corporation on a future matter, you can become a supervised franchise owner if you would like to become or make your own cockwash. But as it stands, it is a blatant copyright infringement. And
Holy fuck,
all I
we've
would
been here
ask
for
is
almost
that
2
you
hours.
change it.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, can't believe.
All right, final remarks before we go to our final deliberation. Anything?
Prosecution, you may go first, if you will.
Final remarks?
Yeah.
As I have mentioned many times, we have legally acquired the rights to the cockwash name. It is more than a business venture in the eyes of Camden Corp. It's a humanitarian effort to provide cock cleanliness to the general public of planet Danet. And while we do not seek selfish desires in this court case, we simply ask that the defendants cease and desist of their misrepresentation of our beloved brand. And
All right. You two. All right, you'll be speaking. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, my client and I have decided that we will allow the jury to decide whether or not we shall change the name or we shall take the legal we should take the legal route of becoming an official branch of the Camden Corporation Cockwash.
All right. That'll have to be filed to that company, and then it'll have to pend through them to be accepted or not. You do understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. All right, everyone, you're dismissed. Jury, final deliberation.
Alright, the jury will now deliberate. Everyone can rise and exit. We'll call you back when we're ready for the final statements from the jury.
Judge and jury gone. Everybody make monkey noises.
I can't believe it actually got this far.
I don't know. I'm having fun at this point.
It's fun, but at the same time, it's like, ah, yes, copyright.
Oh, damn.
I can't believe it's been going
I
on
know.
for 2 hours.
I know, I feel so
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
I have to
Okay.
pee.
Poor
I
Camden.
ate dinner. I
Oh.
made dinner and I ate dinner. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I went through a whole water bottle. Like, dang.
You've got to pee. Camden's got to sleep. Homie's been up for a long time.
Guys, we
Yeah,
just
you are
smash
Poor
your
guy.
face on the table. What's
We're very passionate about it.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny if I took the most legitimate route I could.
yeah? I love how the
What
fact that
effect
it gets
is that?
boring and Camden's like, look, man, I hate this, and Tyler just goes, yes.
I
Yeah.
thought you would be better at making it
Camden,
comical
Camden
than
just-
I would.
yeah, Camden just
Tyler's
goes, "Nice."
surprisingly good
Ah.
defender.
Jazz, it sounds like your
Dude,
mic's in your
My
mouth.
ear.
Oh my god, I'm so
Chill.
My ear.
it was actually like really close to my mouth, I'm sorry.
Jazz, I love you, buddy, but
Can I just ask what your
Ow.
skin is?
Who?
he's a void
Mad
man. He's a void man. He's void man Jesus.
No, like I was sitting in the courtroom and I turned around, I'm like, what the? What is that?
Wait, is it better now? Is it better
His
now?
face is like severe
Not
racist
really.
face. Look at
Oh
it.
my god.
Who do I submit court cases to
I'm
be?
gonna...
Probably Camden
You can
or thing.
you can ask Camden. We will set up
A legal hearing.
probably a box of some sort so that Donk will receive.
Oh,
Dog.
I'll do DM ping for now then.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. He loves hearing from me.
I'm sure he does.
Ping's gonna see
Not
that message
so-
and be like, dear God, please not another court case.
Ping will come hang out in VC with me just because I asked him to. He's cool.
I'm waiting for them to like blow up the the courthouse just because of this.
Tyler, am I still ear raping you?
No, you've got
Yeah,
the
kinda.
same effect. It's
Kind of
just
quiet
quieter.
now.
You're like ear raping quietly. ASMR
Yeah.
ear rape.
If you guys want, I can go ahead and set up a submission box.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys want to write your case in written form
Submission
and
box
submit it
for
to Donk.
court cases.
Oh, that'll help me. That'll help me get business at my detective agency.
Oh, Ripley.
Here, give me 2 seconds. I gotta go to the bathroom. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I've drunk like 60 ounces of water.
Oh, sick! I can go pee too.
Dang, I'm going to.
I'll be right back.
You just
I'm gonna go make some fireworks in the meantime for the ending.
I agree.
It's entertaining.
I enjoy suing people.
How do you make fireworks? Damn.
okay.
Oh, I upgraded it
Back from using the bathroom.
before the case.
How many other people are back? Dang. They're all still gone? Yo, fastest piss in the West. Go for it.
Community.
Be like one of the cool kids. Go pee.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm just saying, this whole court case has just been a promotion for Cockwash. I would like the services now.
Oh, by the way, I have to go to court next.
Yes. Yours is a criminal case.
Unfortunately, I cannot be punished by trial.
What do you mean?
They can't jail me for it.
Who is they? And why can't they?
The legal system in the server, they can't because I've already been jailed for it. You can't try me twice for the same crime.
Well, you haven't been tried.
I haven't
yet.
been tried.
You've just been in custody awaiting your trial.
I was not in custody. I was sentenced to jail time.
Awaiting your trial.
I'm gonna start making monkey noises on the stand and yelling, "I plead insanity."
I need mental help.
The wiener. Yes. 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 Yes, Savannah.
Paper. Or sugar cane. Actually, never mind. I'm fine.
Ew. 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 That's nasty. Don't say that, Savannah. Ew. I'm telling Camden you said that. Nasty. Oh, hey, Savannah. You know that thing I was recording today? Buddy?
I guess not.
Guess not. No. Now, my client, if you would answer my question. Wow. Savannah, you know that thing I was recording today? So we had 6 at the start of the episode, and we lost 4 of them, like, really quickly. It's me and one other person left, and that's it. It is not going well. I do not think we're going to win.
All right.
Oh my gosh, Pingy Wingy, hi.
Oh, this is. I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, everybody back to the courthouse. The jury is about to make their statement. Chief Justice Cam Swin will be making the final statements here, and there will be no more deliberation, no more anything. This is the end. Chief Justice Cam Swin, you are free to go, or you are free to speak.
The jury and I have come to this conclusion after 2 cycles of deliberation. You unanimously agree that Camden Corporation LLC is in the right to request a name change on the defendant's cockwash. The jury and I have decided to side with the prosecution that the defendants shall change the name of their cock washing machine to something else. This change must be done within the next 24 hours. That is all. All rise. You are dismissed.
Thank you, Chief Justice Cam.
Thank you, Big
And
Camden.
very respectfully. Thank you, everyone in attendance. I'm now
Bless
going
you.
to unmute, and there will be chaos, I'm guessing. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that was appropriate chaos.
Woohoo!
Alright.
Finally! I've been here all day.
What's going on? What happened?
We do still have to
We have
put,
to change our name.
Lumen, you still do have an ongoing case against you, though. So just let us know if you want to handle that now, or if you want to put that off. It should be pretty quick.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll do it now. I just thought Camden was gonna go to bed.
Nope, I'm awake.
Okay, Camden, let's do this. Sorry, give me.
Grab-
I started eating immediately as soon as the case was done.
So that closes Camden Court v. Rainbow Panda. Now we are on to Planet Danet versus Lumen.
Well, how great. Let me get my evidence all in order.
Yep. And please collect your evidences. Ping and would you grab a ninja? Please collect your evidence
Yeah, I will be.
off the board.
You can keep it if you'd like.
I do not wish to keep the evidence. Please grab the evidence.
I'm just going to double check that all my evidence is in order
There you go.
and that I, in fact, am prepared for this case. I made sure. Okay, that is in order, and that is also in order. Okay.
Please take a seat. Sir, please.
Your Honor, if I could state my claim here against
Ah.
the defendant. He's here. This is the entire server, the government of the server versus Lumen Uwu for the theft of property from Salmart. Now, this was. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I apologize. The audience is unmuted. One moment.
No honor system. Just let them. Honor system. They want.
Really? All right. Honor system. Okay. Everyone,
There is no honor here in the courtroom.
everyone quiet.
Fuck capitalism.
All right. Never mind. Mute him. Never mind. Mute him.
I think you should mute Bryson.
Damn.
Mute the jury. They have no voice.
So, it is about the theft of soap from Salmart. Now, however,
Mhm.
this was stolen out of Camden Corporation property, the cock wash, and we have evidence to support this. If I may set this up, he stole from this, admitted it and everything. So, I'd just like to.
You may set it up.
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor. So, these are logs that I would like to set up. Multiple different ones. Now, here I shall go over this evidence. If you look at the top row,
Yes, please.
406 hours ago. This was a crime long committed. I found this.
So are you saying he's been on the run?
Well, I mean, to be on the run, you would have to be wanted for a warrant for your arrest and then to run. However, he just had this soap hanging in an item frame inside of his house. I stumbled upon it. I asked him about it. Completely free to express his rights and not speak to me. But this right here is the log. It shows he did in fact remove the clay ball. I can get the coordinates. They're cut off here, but this is in fact what that was. Down here, again, completely free to express his right to not speak to me. I said, care to explain yourself? This was at 8:09 p.m. on November 25th. he said, "May I help you?" Okay, this is the wrong screenshot. However, this down here, this was cut off a little bit too much. Sorry, sizing this down was not a fun process. I did it very quickly. This right here, Tuesday, the 10th of November, 2020. This is before I even discovered that he had stolen it. Lumen Uwu, I stole the soap from the female dude's room. Now,
That is some pretty damning evidence right
yeah,
there.
if while this continues, I can try and see if I can find the other screenshot. But
I will
just
permit
state
you.
underneath here, he says, "Yeah, I stole the soap," or something along those lines. Again, I can get the exact terminology there. But that's the evidence that I would like to present in this. You may.
You may while he searches.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I don't believe it was inappropriate to say that I did it for the vine.
All right, you're going to jail. That's outdated. All right. Pardon.
I don't see why you guys took so long. I mean, I
Pardon,
said it
alright.
outright. Look at this. I said it
I
outright.
need
How
to-
come you guys are so stupid? It took you this long?
He admitted it. All right.
Yeah, I had
jury,
it in an item
jury
frame, dude.
deliberation.
How come it took you guys so long?
Sir, please take your seat, sir.
Look,
Are you
look.
calling the jury into deliberation already?
It was the
Yeah.
10th. It was the 10th of this month.
He's admitting it.
Hey.
Officer dude, get him, officer dude.
Bro, I did it for...
Order, and the jury shall now deliberate.
He's run. All right, this is now a man on the run. Officer dude, go get him.
The jury has to deliberate. It's fine. We'll send Officer Dude to get him while the jury deliberates. But
Because well, let's
back in a second.
throw what is it? Well, what is it when someone runs from a courtroom? Hold on. I drank too much Sunny D this morning.
The bailiff?
No.
Right? Are you not talking about the bailiff, the cop that's in there?
Your Honor, if I may present one more piece of evidence? No? Okay. Fuck me, I guess.
I think you're a bit late for that.
You're going to jail.
No, I'm not. I already went to jail for this crime. Double jeopardy, dude. I already went to jail for this crime. Dang, he dipped on me. Dude, I'm crying. I thought he loved me.
Oh Christ.
It's okay. You guys are gonna love the court case I'm bringing up.
See ya.
Good
Yes.
night.